Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. This is DMAC, and today I'm looking at this rather nice double-sided ASSA 600. Very shiny, this one, absolutely beautiful. Must be a pretty new cylinder. So this is two parts to the same lock. You know, if it was in the door, this is the faces outside, and then this would be on the inside, and it would sort of sit something like that, and you've got some screws which go through there and fix into there, which hold the whole thing together in the door. So we're going to try and pick one of these today, perhaps pick that one. I've got some keys for these, which works very well, and we've got some good bitting on this one. So it's a 600, so it's a 6-pin core, so we've got highs and lows. That looks probably 0 set there, but yeah, should be quite interesting. And it's a reasonably open keyway. I think we should be able to get in there with it's a bit tight, but yeah, I think I'll do it. We'll use my favourite, which is the Lordock Tools Teardrop with a pro handle on it there. So let's try using that. Grab the vice down. Let's see if we can get him open. Got to position this so I'm not blinding you with that reflection. That's nice and bright, that one. I'll zoom you in just a bit. Okay, we'll grab a tensioner. That one should fit. I think that one's a bit thicker. Yeah, that sits in there quite nicely. Okay, let's see if we can get him open. I think it's got the ASSA barrels and matched counter milling in there. So I expect lots of clicks, and there's a click at the back. I think it's on 6. I'm using quite heavy tension on this one currently. So click on 1. That was 4, 5. That was 6. Small click at the front. No movement at all on this core. I'm just getting clicks. As soon as I start getting movement, we should be getting those spools up past the shear line, and then we'll start interacting with the matched counter milling or threading that's in the core, and I'll ease up on the tension. That was 4, 5. That was 1, and I've got a tiny little bit of movement on the core. That was 5. Right, I'm going to start easing up a little bit on the tension. Not getting anything at the moment. That was a tiny little click on 1, tiny click on 2. I think those ASSA barrel pins are in that counter milling, because you start getting those really fine little clicks. I think you've got a couple of serrations or threads per core hole in the Bible, and we've got to get that sharp lip of the ASSA barrel. We've got to just nudge him past that on each of these pins possibly. That one is quite high set. That's 3. That's 1. You've got to use a lot of pressure there, and you are in danger of oversetting them. small click on 2. Small click on 1, and I felt a tiny bit of movement there on the tension wrench. Right, I'm going to go for really super light tension. I'm not getting much out of this, so I think they must be biting, the ASSA pins must be biting into that counter milling, so I'll lighten up on the tension and just give each pin a little bit of a jiggle. I think that was 4. That was 1. Oh, and we're open. Just a little tickle on 1 was all it took. Yeah, you don't really get much in the way of feedback from that. Sometimes with these ASSA pins you do get some really good feedback, but that one, it was very subtle. I think I just had to really ease up on the tension there to try and get an open. So I've got the key to this one where we'll lock him up. I'm going to take these screws out here as usual, but this one, this ASSA 600, has a very nice feature which I've not seen personally in any other locks so far. Give me a moment here. Where's that gone? I seem to have misplaced one of my tools. Ah, there we go. Yeah, on a normal ASSA, let's see if I've got another one. This is another 600. So the same sort of actuator on the back with those Torx bits, and you've got the standard compression pins or whatever you want to call them on there, holding the springs in. But on this one, let's get this in focus, we've got a bar in there which we can release with this screw, and that bar holds all of the springs and pins in, so we're going to gut him that way just for the novelty factor. So yeah, if you just unwind this screw here, difficult to get hold of it. There we go. So as I pull that bar out, you can see all of the springs there, and we can gut it that way. So let's slide all of these out. That was a bit of a disaster there. I think that was 2, that was 1, and that would be 1 and 2. There we go. Oh, sorry, that was, I've got these the wrong way around. I'll have to have a look at, we can sort these out in just a bit, because one of these is 6. Yeah, 6 has come out and 1 has come out. Not a terrible gutting disaster. So 1 is the shorter pin, so that means that's 6 there. I just didn't quite have my finger on it when I slid them out. That's 2, 3, quite a long pin on 3, 4, and 5. Not the prettiest gutting I've ever done, but certainly not the worst. Okay, so all the chambers are empty. I'll just take this off as normal and we can just have a look at that core. I think that having access to the pins that way makes this an excellent training lock. It's coming out there. Yeah, because you can quite easily just pull that bar out, and perhaps start with just one pin, pick that, and then slide the bar back out, put pin 2 in, and just sort of rinse and repeat until you've got it all picked. So looking in there, looks like we've got a groove there for a sidebar. There's no sidebar on this model. Bit of plastic there. There's no sidebar on this model, but I guess it's like a universal casing for a few different models. Very nice indeed, though. I do really like that idea there. Let's have a look. And there you see we've got that beautiful counter milling or threading that it's sometimes called. That's designed to catch those ASSA barrels. The lips on the barrels there, try and get them in focus. Yeah, just on the edges of the barrels, catches in there rather nicely, and just means we've got to get in focus, give each pin several clicks to get past all of those serrations. So give you a quick close up on the pins that were in this particular one. Now I've got them in the right order. Yeah, as you'd expect, all the ASSA barrels and standard pins, and we've got this really long key pin there in chamber 3, which is sort of guarding the back of the keyway there. In fact, let's just pop him in. He's number 3. Oh, so he's not. I thought he might be a 0 set, but he's actually not. We did have to get him up a little way to get him set. But yeah, very enjoyable pick that. I haven't yet picked the other half. I think it'll have exactly the same in it. I think these ASSAs have the same in both sides, unlike some of the Euro locks. I think usually the outside's a little bit tougher than the inside, but either way I'll give that one a pick and see how I get on. So yeah, that was my video today on this ASSA 600. I hope you enjoyed watching. Hit subscribe, and I'll upload more videos of this type of thing in the future. Yeah, thanks a lot for watching, and bye for now.